I I wanted to talk about something because I've been watching a few YouTube videos as I normally do, but this time it's about games that I don't play, the games that just came out, right? And these are not things that I partake in anymore, which is a shame in its own right, but it is what it is. And the point of this video is I I don't understand why or when games turn into like bonds, where the whole point of the game is like let's release a game that just doesn't function or just actively fun, excuse me, and or is missing content on purpose just so it can get patched later. And to some success, I think that like some games are fine when it comes to that. For example, I think I've been known to play pretty bad games in my day. I play League, not as much as I used to, but from time to time, I hate myself. You know what I'm saying? And that game is free. And yes, that game has its issues. I think everyone knows that. That's in the gaming sphere, including myself. The game is not great, especially now. I don't even play, but it's free. I can't complain that much. I'm getting an experience where the only thing I'm using is my time. As opposed to some games as of late, games I have not played, admittedly, because I always wait for reviews because I think that's how it should be. I don't buy games day one, but games as of late, Suicide Squad, which I mean, I didn't think it would be that great to begin with, but that even was a disappointment relative to my standards, and my standards were practically zero. But that game is it just from what I've seen. Again, I have not bought the game, I have not played the game. Maybe, and you might enjoy the game. I don't know. That game is something. That game is something. I don't know what else it's. If you know about the game, you know about the game. That's all I'll say. Uh, there's also Skull and Bones, which, dude, I want a good pirate game so bad. I just want a game that releases and it's actually fun. But no, everyone, the critics and general reviewers tend to agree that the game is balls. So I will avoid that one. Plus, like, I'm not gonna play the game by myself, right? I have to convince my friends to play with, some friends to play with me, and a hard sell nowadays. And there's the one that stings the most, I think, is the Battlefront remake or remastered or whatever it is. I I love Battlefront, the OG but two Battlefronts, the first one and the second one. Not the EA ones. I don't have much nostalgia when it comes to the EA Battlefronts. I play a little bit, but not enough to really warrant any disappointment when it comes to a reboot. Or if anything, it's misheld or something, mishandled, excuse me. And when I hear about the news, I didn't even know that there was this was coming out until I think within the past 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, maybe. And I just the drama around it, like, what are you doing? I don't understand. What are you doing? Please tell me. Please tell us what you're thinking when you do the shit that you do. Like, why would you like what? If you know about it, you know about it. I'm not gonna get into it because, like, it has its faults. Let's just say that it has its faults. And the difference between those three games that I listed and opposed to something like the game that has issues, like League, like Genshin, like shit. I mean, there's plenty that those two specifically I play well, League not so much, but Genshin I play every day. And the difference is those cost money to play. It's not like you can spend money in a shop, which I'm sure you can. I'm pretty. I know for a fact that you can on Skull and Bones, and I know for a fact you can spend extra money on the Suicide Squad game. Can't comment on the Battlefront game, and if it did, shit, man, that'd be rough. But those games, you can ask for a better game on release because you paid for a game. Am I just like too old for this shit? I'm not even old, mind you, or to most people, I'm not considered old, but I think if you pay for a product, it should at least work. Okay, that's a little that's a bit of an exaggeration because those games technically work, right? On release, they tend to work, as in you can boot up the game and it plays. However, when they're taking out features, there's like bugs and glitches, which is the reason why it's arguable that the games work on release in some cases. Not every game, but some cases. Like crashes, bugs, glitches, so on and so forth, things like that. And you're paying full price sometimes a little less. And full price is $70 now. I haven't bought a game for $70 ever, period. Why would I want to do that? I don't pay full price for any game nowadays. Eh, It's a real shame what's happening to games. Once upon a time, right, way back in the day, when I was not that much back, but a bit ago, I used to want to grow up. I'm like, man, I can't wait to like go home after work or whatever and just play games. One, I don't really enjoy playing games as much as I used to, and I don't know if it's a part of no, I don't know if this is a part of that. But two, it's like, what games do I want to play? All the games that I see, well, not all, but a good amount of them are just not finished on release. Like they actively have issues. They actively have to get patched day one. What the fuck is a day one patch, bro? Can you just not wait? And I get like in some cases you have to satisfy stock owners, shareholders, so on and so forth, which I get to an extent, but like, dude, the releasing a game that doesn't work on launch is not gonna make anyone happy. No one. It's gonna actively ruin your reputation. Which I mean, I don't have to point out examples because literally just think of any example. It's effectively it's tarnished the reputation of whatever company that made it. And I think it's a real shame. I really do. Fortunately for me, I only play games that are free nowadays. I think I don't think there's any exceptions to that. Maybe a couple. I played Helldivers for a little bit. Kind of burnt out of that game at the moment, but I mean, I also didn't pay for it. Someone else gifted it to me. Thank you for them. Thank you to them. But I mean, can we just not get a game that works? That's all I ask for, really. A game that works, that is even fun. Like, I don't even mind the live service mod or whatever if the game is actually fun and maybe has like half of the glitches. If you're the more you spend, I mean, the more the consumer has to spend to get your game, the less technical issues that it should have, right? I think not exactly a hot take. I think that's a very reasonable take, but shit, what do I know? Thanks for listening to me ramble. Have a nice day. Peace.